Now, Republicans think they're going to get a lot of campaign mileage out of this, that key Democrats, including Kamala Harris, knew Biden was on the slide and lied about it. There's already GOP ads out there. They think this is going to be big. I'm not so sure that come November, this is going to matter one way or the other. What I am sure about is there was a cover-up, a significant one, that people in proximity to President Biden knew he was unable to run the country. They knew it, and they lied to the media about it. Therefore, they lied to you about it. And the media is so corrupt that it didn't challenge, it didn't do anything, as usual. So let's begin with Kamala Harris, who is going to run against Donald Trump. Roll the tape.
Whether it be the person I see in the Oval Office who is meeting with heads of the military and the intelligence community and in the Situation Room, ensuring the safety of America, the person I see in Joe Biden on the world stage, convening world leaders who often ask for his advice, most recently just during the G7 conference. So I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
What a bunch of bull. She said that on June 27th, right after the debate. It was bull. All right, so take it for what it's worth. How about Nancy Pelosi? Go.
We see Joe Biden up close. We know how attuned he is to the issues, how informed he is. And I debate with him about legislation, and not debate, but discuss it with him. He's right there.
Yeah, sure he is. And you stabbed him right in the back 18 times. All right. So that Nancy Pelosi statement was made on June 30th. On July 3rd, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Now, you haven't seen her for a while. Where is Karine? Maybe she's on vacation. Club Med, you think? We haven't seen her. Where is she? Did she resign from the campaign, too? Roll, Miss Jean-Pierre. Go.
And then finally, you have more interaction with the president than most folks. You know him better than most anyone else. Can you say, do you believe that the president is as sharp today as he was when he took this job? Have you seen any slowdowns?
What I can say is this is a president who is strong and resolute in delivering for the American people. That's what I see.
That's what you want to see. That's not what you saw. I know you're paid, Ms. Jean-Pierre, to propagandize. They all are. Every single press secretary in history has been paid to propagandize. But, come on. And now she's running for the hills, Jean-Pierre. Where is she, as I mentioned? How about MSNBC? Now, the reason I'm running a soundbite, and I've said this before, but I want you to really focus in on this. MSNBC, run by NBC News, run by Comcast Corporation out of Philadelphia, is not an independent news agency any longer. MSNBC has become part of the Democratic Party. Roll it.
Folks need to just calm the hell down. Democrats need to check themselves. All this talk about replacing him is not going to happen. Joe Biden is not going to make that move.
Now, shouldn't he quit still? Shouldn't he say, oh, well, maybe not quit. That might be too harsh. Should he say, hey, I made a mistake? He was told to say that. All right? He gets paid, and they tell him what to say, so he says it. Okay. Then there's more on the Biden resignation. So I knew, and we ran this last night, that Biden wouldn't make it 10 months ago, whatever. And it's not that I'm a genius. You could see it. I could see it, my own eyes. These people saw what I saw, okay? So here's the Biden campaign co-chair on June 28th. Go.
There's always a truth-telling session when these things happen. Joe Biden is not averse to hearing things that are bad. He has to make the decision about whether he's going to be a candidate or not. He has done that, and he's going to be the nominee.
Yeah. Again, this guy has to say that. Landrieu, New Orleans, has to say it. See, I could never do that. I'm not being self-righteous here. But in a million years, no matter how much money you paid me, I would not say something that wasn't true or even absurd. Now, what about the press? CNN senior White House correspondent, June 28th. Go.
There are no plans, I'm told, for the president to drop out of the race. And even further, I'm told that the president is still committed to a second debate in September, which is currently scheduled for September 10th and hosted by ABC News, much along the lines of the rules of the debate that was hosted last night.
All right, so how does a senior White House correspondent for CNN, who's on the lawn, in the building, sees the president whenever he comes out, how does she not know that he can't carry on? And I know that he can't carry on, but she doesn't know. How does that happen? She's there, I'm here on Long Island. We both have eyes and ears. She doesn't know, and I do know. How does that happen? Very simple answer. She didn't want to know. That's not what CNN wanted to hear. You getting the corruption level here? Boy. So again, are the folks going to care about this cover up about Biden's mental acuity? The partisans will. You can hear it on talk radio. Now they're going crazy. Kamala, she lied. Yeah, Kamala did. She did. She did a lot worse things than that. Okay? But I don't know. I think this is going to die out. Could be wrong. Could be done. Now, one more thing in the talking points memo that I think is important. President Biden's going to disappear pretty much now. He's gone. Nobody even cares about him anymore because he's not useful to anybody. Where's Jill? Remember Jill after the debate? She was everywhere. Everywhere there was Jill. Where's Jill? I guess he's with John Pierre, Corinne. Maybe they're probably in Aruba somewhere. I don't know. We haven't heard from Jill in about 8 days. Where's Jill? So Biden's done. Finished. He's still president. Okay, but he never really was making any decisions, so he'll do what he always did. Probably take more naps now that nobody cares. He will make an appearance at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. I think probably he'll show up on the 21st of August there. And they'll love him. Oh, Joe, you're the greatest guy. Joe. Okay? But it's not going to be long. Maybe he'll make a speech. Maybe he'll just wave at the crowd. I don't know. But remember, there's going to be big, big trouble outside that convention hall in Chicago. That could prevent him from getting in there, depending on how fast this gets out of control there. I have no confidence in the Chicago police. I do believe there will be federal marshals there, and perhaps the National Guard will be there to protect that convention, because the loons are going to show, thousands of them. The anti-Israel people, that's what they hide behind, but they're really anarchists. They'll be there. But say goodbye to Joe. Joe is pretty much over. But I think he'll stay until January. And the Republicans, be wise to shut up about that. Because Kamala gets in there, she can do some stuff to help her win the election if she's president. And that is a memo. Okay, so again, I'm sorry to belabor you with this, but it's so important to know the level of the press in this country. It's so important.